Going on, guys? This is your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. So it looked like Mike McCarthy has just helped the Cleveland Browns potentially land their next head coach, and I'm going to tell y'all how he did. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Pittsburgh. Let's get it. I know some of y'all is thinking, John the Liquidator, you might have just lost your damn mind. How did Mike McCarthy potentially help the Browns land their next head coach?
If you'd have told me, we picked him on Saturday, right? Friday night driving home, y'all are going to pick Shedeur, I would say that's not happening. But we had a conversation early that morning, and then we had a conversation later that day. I think we had the right people involved in the conversation. At the end of the day, that's Andrew Berry's call. Andrew made the call to pick Shedeur. Just like who's going to start or what play we're going to call is Kevin's call. But that's Andrew's call. He made the call.
Hold up. You're not going to believe what just went down in the NFL coaching carousel that's about to change everything for the Cleveland Browns in potentially Shedeur Sanders' future. Mike McCarthy to Pittsburgh? That's not even the story anymore, fam. What just happened in the last 24 hours might be the biggest break the Browns have caught in years, and I'm about to break down exactly why Jimmy Haslam is probably doing backflips in his office right now. If you're a Browns fan, a Steelers fan, or you're just trying to figure out where the next generation of NFL talent is heading in 2026, you need to hear this right now. Let's get into it.
Head coach, because this is how many people thought that Nate Skihouse was going to possibly be the next head coach of the Steelers. Yes, people thought he was heading to Pittsburgh, and definitely he was going to be the next coach we make a video about that canceled the interview or did not want to talk to the Browns. Well, I am here to tell you the Grant Udinski was smoking mirrors. Remember the video I did this morning? And I blew his face up, and I said, you know what? Remember this guy. Watch this guy.
What's good, football fanatics? We need to talk about the absolute chaos that just erupted in the AFC North coaching scene and how one decision by the Pittsburgh Steelers might have just handed the Cleveland Browns their golden ticket to relevance. I'm talking about the Mike McCarthy hiring that nobody saw coming, and more importantly, what it means for offensive mastermind Nate Skihouse and the future of the Browns organization. Let me set the scene for you. The Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the most prestigious franchises in NFL history, just made a decision that has the entire league scratching their heads. They bypassed young, innovative offensive minds and went straight to the basement of available head coaches to pull out Mike McCarthy. Now, I'm not here to completely trash Mike McCarthy. The man won a Super Bowl with the Green Bay Packers back in 2011, and that's something most coaches will never accomplish. But let's keep it real for a second. Mike McCarthy's recent track record in Dallas was, to put it nicely, underwhelming. The Dallas Cowboys, already America's most scrutinized team, somehow managed to look even more dysfunctional under his leadership. Clock management issues? Check. Playoff disappointments? Check. A roster loaded with talent that consistently underperformed when it mattered most? Double check. The Cowboys moved on from McCarthy, and now the Steelers are bringing him in to replace the legendary Mike Tomlin era. Whether you love or hate this move, one thing is absolutely certain. It just opened up a massive opportunity for the Cleveland Browns. Here's where things get absolutely fascinating and why Browns fans need to be paying very close attention. Nate Skihouse, the offensive coordinator who many insiders believed was heading to Pittsburgh, is now firmly in play for Cleveland. This isn't just speculation or wishful thinking. This is connecting the dots based on real movement in the coaching market. Skihouse represents everything the modern NFL is moving toward. He's young, he's innovative, he understands how to maximize offensive talent, and most importantly, he knows how to develop quarterbacks. In today's NFL, if you don't have a coach who can elevate your QB play, you're already behind the eight ball. The Browns have been searching for this exact type of leader since, well, forever.
Hey, man, we got to talk about the hottest story of the hour, and that is people in Pittsburgh currently, feeling a certain type of way about this decision right here. So many people kind of wanted Mike McCarthy to be the coach of the Browns. They didn't even interview Mike McCarthy. I'm not a big Mike McCarthy fan. I don't give a damn about all the history he did in Green Bay. I don't give a damn about none of that. He went to Dallas and stunk up the place. He was hella losing. He made the Cowboys look worse than they already do, bro. I just got to be honest. He was horrendous in Dallas.
Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Shedeur Sanders and the 2026 NFL landscape. The Browns are currently in quarterback purgatory. Deshaun Watson's massive contract and underwhelming performance have handcuffed this organization, and everyone knows changes are coming. Enter the possibility of Shedeur Sanders, the Colorado star who's been tearing up college football and building serious NFL draft buzz. Here's the connection that has me absolutely fired up. Nate Skighouse's offensive system is perfect for a quarterback like Shedeur Sanders. We're talking about a scheme that emphasizes quick decision-making, utilizing playmakers in space, and creating mismatches through creative play design. Sound like anyone you know? That's literally Shedeur's entire game. If the Browns land Skihouse as their head coach in this current cycle, they're not just hiring for 2025, they're setting up their infrastructure for 2026 and beyond. A young, offensive-minded coach who can come in, evaluate the quarterback situation with fresh eyes, and potentially be ready to welcome a talent like Shedeur Sanders in the 2026 draft, that's franchise-altering stuff, people. Let's talk about Browns owner Jimmy Haslam for a minute. This man has been criticized, memed, and ridiculed for his coaching hires and organizational decisions since he bought the team. But what if, and hear me out, what if this is actually the moment where everything clicks? By potentially landing Skihouse, Haslam gets a young, offensive-minded coach who can develop quarterbacks, someone who can keep defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz happy and on staff, a leader who represents the new wave of NFL coaching philosophy, the perfect foundation to build around a potential 2026 draft pick. The timing of all this is absolutely crucial. With the Steelers taking McCarthy off the board, it removes a major competitor for Skighouse's services. Other teams in the coaching market are going in different directions, focusing on established names or defensive-minded leaders. Cleveland now has a clear path to secure one of the brightest offensive minds available. Here's a detail that's flying under the radar but is absolutely critical to understanding why this could work. Jim Schwartz staying as defensive coordinator. Schwartz has already proven he can build an elite defense in Cleveland. The pieces are there, the scheme works, and the players believe in him.
Former Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy asked during that head coach. One comment said, I don't understand why McCarthy gets a bad rap. Another person said he's abrasive and has hard time getting along with players and coaches. I've also been a huge critic of Mike McCarthy in game coaching, especially clock management. Somebody said we agree or more than we disagree. W. Somebody said I like him, but he's pretty much White Tomlin. No, he ain't nothing like Mike Tomlin. He ain't nothing like Mike Tomlin, dog. He is. Y'all shouldn't even compare.
If you bring in Skengarus as head coach with an offensive focus and you keep Schwartz running the defense, you've essentially created the perfect organizational structure. The head coach can focus on fixing the offense and developing the quarterback situation, while Schwartz handles the defensive side of the ball like he's been doing successfully. This isn't rocket science. It's how successful organizations operate. While other teams are scrambling to hire retreads and playing it safe with established names, the Browns have an opportunity to be bold. The NFL is a copycat league, but it's also a league where innovation wins championships. Look at the recent Super Bowl winners. They all had offensive systems that opponents couldn't figure out, led by coaches who weren't afraid to be different. The Steelers just chose comfort over innovation with McCarthy. Other teams are making similar conservative choices. This creates a market inefficiency that smart organizations can exploit, and if the Browns are smart, big if, I know, they'll recognize this opportunity and pounce. Looking ahead to 2026, the NFL draft landscape could be absolutely loaded with quarterback talent. Shedeur Sanders is obviously the headline name, but there will be others. If Cleveland positions itself correctly with the right coaching staff now, they can be in prime position to either A. Develop a young quarterback they draft in 2025, B. Position themselves for a premium pick in 2026, or C. Create an attractive destination for veteran quarterback talent. All three scenarios become significantly more viable with an offensive-minded head coach like Skihouse running the show. This is what makes the NFL coaching carousel so fascinating. The Steelers' decision to hire Mike McCarthy doesn't just affect Pittsburgh, it creates a ripple effect across the entire league. Coaches who were destined for one job suddenly become available for another. Teams that thought they'd miss out on certain candidates now have unexpected opportunities. For the Browns, this butterfly effect might be the break they've desperately needed. After years of dysfunction, false starts, and disappointing hires, they might actually be in position to make a smart hire that sets them up for sustained success. Look, I get it. If you're a Browns fan, you've been hurt before. You've seen promising coaching hires flame out, can't miss draft picks disappoint, and organizational dysfunction become the norm. But this situation feels different for a few key reasons. The market timing is perfect. The candidate, Skihouse, fits the team's needs perfectly. The infrastructure, keeping Schwartz, makes sense. And the long-term vision, 2026 and beyond, is clear. This isn't about making a splash hire for the headlines. It's about making a smart hire that positions the organization for sustained success. So, here's the bottom line, fam. Mike McCarthy going to Pittsburgh isn't just a Steelers story. It's a Browns story, a Shedeur Sanders story, and potentially a franchise-altering moment for the entire AFC North. The next few weeks are going to be crucial as the Browns navigate their coaching search and make decisions that will impact this franchise for years to come. Will Nate Skihouse be the guy? Will the Browns actually make the right call for once? And could this all be setting up for Shedeur Sanders to eventually land in Cleveland and bring this franchise back to glory? We're about to find out, and I'll be here breaking down every single development as it happens. What do you think? Are the Browns about to finally get it right? Is Skihouse the guy? And where do you see Shedeur Sanders landing in 2026? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from all of you. And if you made it this far, you're clearly invested in this story. So do me a favor, smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, and give this video a thumbs up if you want more Browns content. We're just getting started with this coaching carousel coverage, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. Until next time, keep grinding, keep believing, and go Browns. Peace.